All right, so there's this super crazy bug, glitch, whatever you want to call it, that's going on in the game right now. And understand this is not to take away at all from the 2.1 update. Pretty much at this point, I think we all can agree, by far, the most successful update that we have seen, at least in the last 2 years in PUBG Mobile. Now, what I want to do, I not only want to do my best job of explaining what this glitch slash bug is, but the easiest and simplest way, not only, well, you should be able to identify it, but more specifically, how to fix it, at least until the next patch. And I'm pretty sure what's nice about these bugs and glitches, the ones that show up once an update drops, they tend to get fixed within a week or two. And I would suspect, nothing less than the PUBG Mobile team to come in there and knock this one out. But by far the most annoying. So this is what happens. Is your controls or more specifically your sensitivities, it's like everything just kind of locks up and seizes. And your game is playing fine, everything's going along fine, and then boom, it's like all your sensitivity levels completely drop to pretty much nothing. And so not only will this happen when you're ADSing, but more specifically your movement. It's like everything gets turned down. And this is the part that kind of nobody talks about. And I'm surprised it's not being covered more, to be honest. When you have an issue, like say you're shooting your weapon and you don't feel like the recoil's right, on your 4X. And let's say you're in game, you're in a room, you're safe, whatever, and you want to go ahead and adjust that sensitivity down a little bit, right? Let's say it's a little too sensitive, and you want to go ahead and adjust it down. If you go in to your sensitivities and you start messing with them while you're in a match, nothing changes. So what ends up happening with this glitch is at the time when it's happening, you don't realize, in the moment, what's happening with the glitch. You don't realize, that there's a problem with the game itself. So what do? You go in your sensitivity and you start messing with all the levels, and God forbid you hit upload to cloud, but you start messing with all the levels, and then you go back in game, and then nothing changes. It's all the same. So there's kind of two things going on. Not only do you have the glitch, then you have an in-game feature itself that will not allow you to make adjustments on the battlegrounds. The only way at this point in time, and it wasn't like this before, where you can make adjustments to your sensitivities, whether it's gyro or not, is in the training grounds. So I don't know if this was done on purpose or if there's, something else going on. But to me, if I'm in a match and I feel like something's, a touch off, I should be able to go into my sensitivity settings and mess with it. And that's what's so important about uploading, when you should or shouldn't upload to a cloud, especially with sensitivity. I mean, people can spend literally weeks trying to get their sensitivities dialed down. So, of course, we're always going to take this to the comment section. I want to ask you guys, have you experienced this? When I asked in the stream, my last live stream, it seemed like the live chat was kind of 50-50. Some were saying it's happened on their iPads where they don't have gyro turned on. Some people have said that it's happened with gyro because people were wondering if there was just a gyro issue, but no, it's happening on people with iPads that have gyro turned off. So I don't. At this point in time, it doesn't seem like any device is safe, so to speak, because you have iOS that it's happening to, and you also have Android, like myself, that it's happening to. So, of course, I want to ask you guys in the comment section, have you experienced this? Now, for those of you that haven't experienced this, or those of you that have run into this, because it can happen in one game, and then the next game, it doesn't happen. To me, at this point in time, there's no real pattern. But the best way to fix the issue, and it's going to sound so stupid and so simple because it's that easy, you just have to restart. So if you're in a match, of course, make sure that you're nice and safe, cozy or, cozied up camping in a little corner. You're going to have to exit, log out of your game, log back in, and of course, make sure you select the right prompt when it says, do you want to, re-enter the match? 10 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure you're going to hit okay. But I tell you what, the first time that this happened, I didn't know. I literally thought that at first it was my device itself. Like, it didn't have anything to do with the game. So I was just thinking it was more or less just kind of fix itself. It was just playing along. And then I realized, no, there's definitely something wrong. So then I thought maybe I turned my gyro off. Like, that's how bad it was. So I went into my sensitivities. I was starting to mess with the gyro, and I saw that everything was set. And then I thought it was like my screen protector. I thought my hands, just weren't slick enough. And I was low-key having a complete breakdown trying to figure out, because again, sensitivities take weeks. We're talking weeks, and it's almost something that you're constantly fine-tuning, especially if for example, if a recoil of a weapon changes, like a lot did in update 2.1, it could be enough to where you can go into your sensitivities and start changing things around just to optimize your entire player experience. So that, coupled with the fact that if you're in a match, that's another thing I want to ask you guys about. When did this happen? I don't even realize, because truth be told, I don't think I've messed with my sensitivities at least, I would say, in 2 if not 3 seasons. But then when this happened, it kind of changed it all around, and that's when I realized, when I was in a match, I could move my sensitivities all the way to the far right, all the way to the far left, and I'd go back into the I'd go back into the game, exit out of the sensitivity menus and all that, and then everything remained the same. But the same was the glitch, the glitch part. So, 2 completely separate issues that have kind of joined forces just to completely, ruin, or what could potentially ruin all of your sensitivities, especially if you upload these to the cloud, because then you are totally screwed. And the footage that you guys are watching, these were obviously 2 separate matches, one on 𝑒𝓂𝓃𝓎𝓃, one on 𝑒𝓂𝓃𝓏, where this was happening pretty much throughout the duration of the match. And I mean, you can honestly, you can just see it. I wish I had the hand cam set up, because then you'd really be able to see it. But just watching the screen, you can kind of tell that it's completely off, and it's because of this bug that has kind of showed up here in update 2.1. But again, just to reiterate, update 2.1, these are the type of updates we love to see. And as a whole, and I really hope that Tencent kind of continues on this course, which is awesome. But I'm gonna hit up Tencent. I'm gonna just do the little part that I can to let them know about this, in case it hasn't been brought to their attention yet. And of course, it's always good to run some videos. I want to know if you guys have experienced this as well, so let me and everybody else know down in the comment section. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay. There'll be a lot more of it here this season. Still trying to figure out, I've not quite figured out what I want to do yet when it comes to whether I want to push in solos this season. A lot of people have been requesting that, a solo push with challenges along the way, or if we should just do the standard duo push, which is what I've been doing over the course of I don't know how many seasons, trying to get duo conquer. I think this is going to be double digits. This might be 10-time conquer here this season. So for me, it's kind of a big deal, almost like a milestone, right? Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. But until the next one, this has been Riggs.